saying Miracle, that's Big Chill. Did Hero, no good. That's a board wipe, no refill. Yugi peoples, welcome to the commentary. Alright, so what we got right here are my final rounds of the World Championship Qualifier 2023. And yeah, just to finish things up in the final phase, I decided to go ahead and play some Omni Hero with kind of more of a focus on getting to my my Dark Law, of course, since we are, mostly playing against tier limits. So we're going to start off immediately fetching mass change there. We also opened up with Ferris in hand with a Destiny Hero to go ahead and pop. My opponent has the Imperm for Vion. We are going to go ahead and chain the mass change. That way we can go ahead and get the dump from Vion's effect. I mean, it's not all that important, but might as well go ahead and get it while the getting is good. So here we're going to go ahead and banish the Mali before we link summon off into Cross Crusader. That way we can also get some value out of Denier's free effect to put him back when we special summon him with the Cross Crusader right there. So yeah, not wasting his effect since it's only once per duel. Try to take advantage of it when you can. And since we have not performed our normal summon, we will go ahead and add that Vion back to our hand because he negated his effect on summon to send. So we still have the effect to be able to banish to add the polymerization there. And we also want to be able to get second Dark Law if we need to. So we summon him into the Wonder Driver zone to reset the mass change. And we've got the DPE on board now, so we got double Dark Law DPE with Imperm set, looking pretty good, looking pretty nice. And of course my opponent ends up being on, nope, it's not tier limit. So he goes ahead and terraforming to go get the Numeron OTK thing. We're gonna banish with Dark Law to see if we can hit it. We don't. We get Feather Duster. We're going to chain the mass change on the Vion, and we're going to put Dark Law into the Wonder Driver zone. That will allow us to reset the mass change or the poly, whichever one we decide. We're going to go ahead and set the poly, and yeah, my opponent's going to scoop it up. There's nothing that Numeron can do right there. So yeah, that was like our first game switching back to Omni Hero. And now moving into our next game here, you see we were main decking the Lightning Storm because when I was playing with Get Shifty Heroes, I was having trouble with the back row back there, so I decided to go ahead and main deck the Lightning Storm to be able to get rid of their back row because it was causing too many issues. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and start off here with Ferris plays. As you can see, when I use Vion's effect to send the Shadow Mist, I did not activate Shadow Mist effect because I found that playing this game here is that Dark Law has been a lot more effective in most of my matchups than just having DPE out there. So yeah, we want to go for the Dark Law play here, and not just the Dark Law, but we will also be able to make double Dark Law here. As you can see, the Wonder Driver come down with the Liquid Soldier and stuff, and yeah, we'll be able to special summon out Mali, and we'll mass change that Mali into Dark Law right here. Use Wonder Driver's effect to reset this, and yeah, unless we get Lava Golemed here, I feel like we're pretty good. If we just get Kaiju, it's fine. We still have a Dark Law, and it ends up being Sky Strikers. He tries to negate the Dark Law, and we're gonna go ahead and chain the mass change there. Even though it would have been fine, I would rather him not have any spells inside of his graveyard. So yeah, we're gonna reset the mass change with Wonder Driver again. Here goes the Engage to add the Afterburners, which will allow him to pop the Dark Law. So we're going to try to snipe it, but no. And we find out that he is playing tier limits. It's some kind of striker tier limits hybrid build. And yeah, down comes the rolls. He goes into Shizuku, and here goes something that allows him to special summon a tier limit monster. And he sends the Shizuku, and it's Reinhardt. He tries to send a tier limit to the graveyard. We're gonna go ahead and hit him with the drip to just keep the tier limit engine from going and doing anything. We're going to go ahead and add that Stratos there. And yeah, double Dark Law ends up being, like I said, pretty effective. It seems like most of the time, just because tier is here, that DPE is not as effective as Dark Law is, because you start popping that stuff with DPE and they get their graveyard effects anyway. And so what you see right there is the fairest path into double Dark Law. And now moving on right here to what I believe to be our third and final game. Yeah, to go ahead and hit the final duels level. It actually ended up not being tier limits, which I was a little bit surprised, but we had beat plenty of tier limits on the pathway here. And one of the things I like about playing Omni Hero, especially like in this format without Kashtira, is Forbidden Drip. That card is so good inside of Heroes, because like there are just like so many times where we can send like 3 cards and it just really not have like a negative impact on us at all. So yeah, as you can see, my opponent opened up like really crazy. He got double Whirlwind. He's already got the other one for the synchro summoning, and he's got Called by the Grave. And yeah, this is one of those instances where I'm just extremely very happy that we can run the drip inside of Heroes, because it's going to allow us to be able to play through this Blackwing board when the time comes. And I hadn't played against this deck at all before I started playing Master Duel, and I faced it like quite a few times. And one of the things that I had to keep in mind when I started playing against this deck all the time and stuff is that they have a searchable effect monster negate from hand. So yeah, it's like one of those things I had to start being careful of, because like I was like, wait, they got a searchable hand trap. So yeah, this deck seems like really good to me. I'm just, is there something I'm missing, some reason why they're not playing this in the TCG? Is it really just like Kashtira that oppressive to this deck? Which I guess it would be, because like when I've had Dark Law out there on the board, it like really messed them up and what they could do. But I don't know. It seems like it should be a pretty formidable deck, and my opponent actually does something that I hadn't seen people do with the Blackwing so far, and that's the one right there, the negate. So yeah, gotta be careful when you play against this deck. Be aware of that searchable hand trap right there, because you're definitely gonna end up having to deal with it. But yeah, he ends up making a very interesting play. I was trying to figure out what he ends up doing, but he ends up bringing out Mirror Jade, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, so we got the inboard of Assault Dragon, Mirror Jade. He's got the trap right there, which is going to allow him to special summon another Blackwing synchro monster, and also start flipping, doing damage and stuff like that. But there's the Blackwing Armor Master. There are towers with 3/3, and then because it was synchro summon, it does them do another one. So we're gonna start off with a hero lives here. We're gonna Stratos like normally we would go ahead and chain the Forbidden Droplet there with the hero lives, but because I know he has the hand trap in hand, I want to be able to get that Stratos off the board in order to resolve his effect. So yeah, we're gonna send him with the drip. We're gonna negate the 3 relevant monsters. And for those of y'all who have been on Heroes for a while, I do believe y'all know what is coming next. I'm going to summon Vion. We're going to send the Shadow Mist here, but I didn't know that card has the ability to pop something from the graveyard. But fortunately, we're able to play through it because we opened up with the Mally and the Denier, which is not usually a good thing, but in this case it's going to be a good thing, because having them both engraved means that I can special summon them back to the board, and I will be able to get an extra hero to be able to discard so that I can do Ferris and be able to get back to the Vion, since I wasn't able to get the polymerization that time due to his Blackwing monster popping my Vion. So yeah, we're gonna make the Cross Crusader to go ahead and bring back that Denier. The Blackwing Armor Master is going to start passing out wedge counters, which we don't care about. And it really didn't matter what we search here. I'll just go ahead and get the Liquid Soldier. We're going to get that increase. Increase is going to increase the number of Vision Heroes I have on the board by sending Ferris and special summoning Vion. We can't use the effect to send again because, you know, they're once per turn, but we can use the effect to add the poly, and y'all know who's coming right cheer when we fuse for 3. And, you know, with the drip, it just makes this card so much more powerful. And yeah, so this is gonna be GG right here. We're going to go ahead and finish up our run of the World Championship qualifier with Trinity Crush. So yeah, that was it. We switched to Omni Hero. I was itching to get back into it, man. So there it is right there. I appreciate everybody for staying a while to listen, and I will catch y'all on the next video. My wingman, he come through, he level up, he Goku, he's shining out and popping to over 9K. That's a breakthrough. We on top now. Here's a look at our world.